I'm Elise Morales.
And I'm Millie Tamares.
And this is
Go Touch Grass,
the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Millie and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod, we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama so that you can go do literally anything else with your time.
And if you like what you hear today and want to hear more, we got to Go Touch Grass Patreon with tons more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spin-off series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past. Our latest Patreon episode is very much in the present. It was about the jealous friend discourse.
Yes, there's discussions around jealousy
and envy.
And envy taking
and
place
parables
among 20-year-olds who are in bed and filming their video from bed.
The 20-year-olds have discovered envy and jealousy, and they feel
they're
like
pontificating about
they're pontificating, and as if no one has ever struggled with anything with that before.
So go listen to that.
Listen to our takes on that.
And speaking of things that you should do, you should leave us a 5-star rating and review. We love your reviews. We need more of them. But the best review you can give us is to tell your friends about the show, and you can tag us in a story. We'll repost it. You know that we're online.
We're online. That's the conceit of the show. Mm-hmm. And speaking of us being online, don't forget to check out our YouTube.
Yep.
We have full episodes there, video episodes there, where you can watch along with all the videos. Again, I'll be letting shit in there.
Yeah.
I be letting shit fly.
The YouTube's looser. The YouTube's looser.
We're
There's
adding
more
more
stuff
things.
over there. There's more stuff happening.
The disappointment in our face.
Yeah, you can see us absorbing some of the information in real time.
When we discovered that Marjorie Taylor Greene and George Santos are indeed best friends. And they are really close, and that was disturbing to our soul.
Okay. Speaking of something that's not disturbing to our soul, someone who actually enriches our souls.
Who's enlightening our souls.
Enlightening our souls right here in the room with us right now. Today, we have with us the wonderfully talented podcast producer at iHeartRadio who has now become a host herself.
Wow.
She stepped in front of the mic.
Like a butterfly.
Mm-hmm. With her new show, Welcome to El Barrio, which is out now, and you can listen to it wherever you're listening to this. Please welcome into your ears, Becca Ramos.
Hey!
Wow. So excited to be here.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God. Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic
Wow.
are representing on the pod.
We have the Caribbean represented right here,
on
right
the
now.
couch. Caribbean, Spanish speaking.
Yeah, Spanish speaking Caribbean.
Yes. Please don't add us in their comments.
Yeah.
And we know people hate on the Caribbean in the comments because people did not like me defending Mark Anthony. From the Beckham thing got people hot.
Oh, okay. No, you know what? It's
Discourse
so
got
crazy
really
that you
hot.
said that because actually I work on Mess with City Washington Marie Fawcett. They were shitting on me too because I was like, not too much on my Mark Anthony because they were talking about it.
They don't get
with
it.
Claire Parker with the whole Victoria Beckham thing happened.
No.
And I was like, no, y'all don't understand. He's a global icon. Like,
No, they don't get it.
I don't doubt that.
They don't get it.
I don't doubt that. But
he's a messy Puerto Rican
Yeah,
guy.
he's a messy Puerto Rican.
He's a messy Puerto Rican guy, and at every wedding, there's a messy moment with the mother-in-law and the daughter.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, but it's okay. It's okay. Because if you don't know about Puerto Rican culture, you can learn.
Guess what podcast you can listen to?
You can listen to my podcast and you can learn.
As you said, you have a new podcast. Now, see, look at that segue into the question. Professionals. We're professionals over here. As we said, you have a new podcast, Welcome to El Barrio, that covers Puerto Rican history, news, and pop culture. Tell us more about the show and what made you want to take the jump from producer to the host. And also, why is it important that people know about Puerto Rican history and why you shouldn't judge Mark Anthony?
Yes. Okay. So
and tie it all back to
Mark
why
Anthony.
I'm right.
Yep.
No. So Welcome to El Barrio was kind of a passion project of mine that was like, I am a Puerto Rican from Texas. I'm a Texas Rican.
Wow.
I know.
Are there a lot of them?
No. And that was
That's
kind of the
wow.
point, was that like even though I'm 100% Puerto Rican, I grew up so devoid of my culture.
Wow.
Like my mom is very Puerto Rico. She grew up on the island. She speaks Spanish. But like she didn't feel comfortable embracing a lot of that because like around us was like very white, very racist. Lots of people didn't understand the Caribbean. They were like, you're black. And I'm like, well, it's more nuanced than that. And they're like, no. you are not Latino because you're black and you don't speak Spanish. So like,
I don't know about that.
yeah. So and New York doesn't get that.
Yeah,
they're like, duh, you're Puerto Rican. Like, look at you. And I'm like, yeah, they didn't get that in Texas. So
yeah, no, and I grew up in Miami, and it's the same.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And so basically,
but the only two places that get it.
Yeah, the only truly Florida and New York.
That's it.
But growing up in Texas, I was so removed, and then I moved to Portland, and I found this weird community of color, weirdly, in Portland, Oregon. And from there, I was like starting to be able to identify with myself more, and then I moved to New York. And in that, I was like, oh my God, like, this is what it's like to have community.
Wow.
But I was like, what if like me from back home could actually also have this community? And so then the birth of the show.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So what's some of the stuff you've covered so far?
So right now the format of the show is chat show. So the goal is bringing on dope Puerto Ricans doing dope shit.
Yeah.
And, are redefining what it means to be Puerto Rican in this modern era. Because I think in general, in the Latin diaspora, there are a lot of archetypes and stereotypes of like what each community looks like. And I think Puerto Rico is such an interesting one because we do sit in this nuance of being a colony of the United States. We're owned by the United States. So we are very Americanized in these ways. Yeah. But we're still also very much a Latin American country.
Yeah.
And so I want to kind of bridge this gap between Puerto Rico, the island, and those of us here who are in the diaspora in the stateside. And so with that, I went to Puerto Rico to record the first few episodes because I was like, hey, I got to show this is an olive branch because there's a lot of resentment on both ends. Like Puerto Ricans on the island resent those stateside, those of us stateside resent the island. And so I wanted to be like, no, this is about bridging the culture. And so I went and did my first few interviews there. And
it must be so hard for you to have to
I know, I'm like, oh, God, I gotta go to Puerto Rico.
We're recording this shit in Bushwick.
Okay, but you say that, it was like this. Like, I did not have a studio in Puerto Rico. I had my lovely boyfriend who's a video producer set everything up.
And this is what I say. This is why I swipe right on video.
Yeah, we've always said we swipe right on. We swipe
no, you
right
swipe
on
white.
anyone. Swipe white. I know.
Swipe white.
Just kidding.
We swipe right on anyone who has like production skills.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm gonna hear you out.
It's like a woman's version. It's like it's a creative's version of like dating someone to TaskRabbit for you. You know?
Yeah.
It's like I gotta date someone who like maybe can just like give me a little free labor.
Yes, exactly.
Or just like, no, we're gonna build something together.
We're building something together.
Yes, like I have a vision.
Yeah.
And you can fit in there. You know what I mean? Well, it definitely adds points, but this is why because you go on a vacation / podcast recording trip.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a sexy vacation to Puerto Rico and
that's
then
what
record some
that
podcast?
one was not as sexy as maybe other ones because that one was like we are working so. It was the only time I've been to Puerto Rico where I like didn't go to the beach. I didn't enjoy anything. I was recording. I was renting equipment. I was running around, and I was like, damn, like this isn't as fun.
You didn't go to the beach at all?
I literally went for like 2 hours one day.
Wow.
Which is like never happened. Normally I'm in Puerto Rico beach every day.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow. Okay. Well, you've gone to Puerto Rico a lot.
Yeah, I've gone to Puerto Rico a lot for the podcast. But point is, I'm recording with people big and small. I don't want it to just be the Mark Anthony's or the J-Lo's or Lin-Manuel Miranda's,
yes,
but
of course.
I'm wanting it to be people who are like really pushing the culture forward.
Yeah.
And so
awesome.
my first few interviews, I did one with Mikey Cordero, who that should come up in a few weeks, and he's like a really amazing activist. He's from Bushwick originally, and he moved to New York or to Puerto Rico, and he's doing this project called Diaspora Rico, where it is highlighting Boricuas that are from the States that are moving to the island and kind of like doing a reclamation of the island.
Yeah, there are probably a lot of people like that.
Yeah. And so he's doing that. I interviewed with Ali Marie, who's like this amazing writer in Puerto Rico, who's like cultivating community through like a boozy book club.
Nice.
I just interviewed Vico Ortiz, the actor,
That's
who's
awesome.
like now living in Puerto Rico full time. I mean, they're from Puerto Rico, but they were in LA for a while. Now they're back.
It makes sense that there's like a movement for people to go back in general, especially given like that we have the Paul brothers moving there. Like, that these like tech guys are going there and like building these like weird compounds that are just for them. And it's like, of course people are going to say, no, we want to.
Well, and it's so unsustainable to live in Puerto Rico right now. In general, I mean, it's been unsustainable, but like unless you are someone truly from the stateside who has like a remote job, it's very hard to like live life because it's expensive, and also the internet's constantly going out. The water is always out.
Yeah,
like
so it's like you can't even have
a stable life.
Yeah,
it's like so crazy because my producer is based out of Puerto Rico. I purposely hired a producer out of Puerto Rico because I wanted to kind of make sure there was like a bridge in ideation, because
Of course.
if I had a New Eureka producer, it would just be a New Eureka podcast, and I would just have
well,
New
Texas
Eureka
yeah,
talk.
you wanted the other
Yeah,
perspective.
and still important and good and interesting, and that's hip hop,
Yes,
even New
yeah.
Eurekan stuff. Yeah,
And
people
we
don't-
will have that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure that there was like, at least I was covering stateside, she's covering island. And so, but I'll have meetings with her. Internet's going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no power. It's crazy over there right now.
Yeah, and then it's like, how do you make a wage and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Of course.
But I wanted the show also, even though it's like by and for Puerto Ricans, I wanted to be for anybody who's interested in news, pop culture, history, because like we as like American citizens stateside have more voting power than Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, of
So it's like
course,
on us to know what's going on over there.
Yeah, and this is like,
that ties into our Grasshole
wow, okay.
very well. So put a
Okay.
pin in that.
Put a pin in the idea of that.
Yeah.
That of like, knowing what
Is happening.
as a U.S. citizen, knowing how your vote affects other people.
Literally.
Totally.
Because crazy, we live in a society, so
live in
it's
a
not
society.
We
just
live
about
in a
you,
society.
babe.
Okay, speaking of societies.
Yes.
I listened to your episode of Las Culturistas. I loved it so much.
thank
That's a show that
you.
you are a producer on as
I
well.
do.
You're producer Becca, for anyone
And
listening.
we'll be on there soon.
And
We'll be on there soon.
I mean,
Go touch grass and Las Coach is coming.
Millie is
Collab,
always
collab.
manifesting on the mic. She's
I'm
getting people
always
on the record.
manifesting.
She's getting people on the record.
I'm saying Cardi B's coming on Go Touch Grass.
Yes,
This
I
is-
believe
this
that
is
will
something
happen.
we've
I
manifested a
believe
lot.
that will happen.
We've manifested that a lot.
Cardi B's coming and that Go Touch Grass on Las Coach. But
Yes.
anyway.
Anyway, in your episode, you talked about being a Tumblr girl.
Oh my God, yes.
And I love like interrogating people's like early internet lives. I never was a Tumblr girl, but I like respected it. Like I respected
Yeah.
the hell out of what y'all were doing
Yeah.
on there.
It was a scary place. It's a
I mean-
dark horse of the internet.
But at least was doing dark stuff in a different
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I
Like-
was aware. I had a Tumblr.
She's
I was
doing
looking,
fan shit, like
but-
fan
Yeah,
writing,
yeah,
fan
yeah.
fiction.
But I wasn't like fully in it.
Yeah.
What do you think made you love Tumblr?
Okay, so I was like a little emo, and
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that is a huge part of like when you are such a misfit in a community, right? Like nobody looked like me, nobody was like me, and also in Texas specifically, there's a lot of like true segregation still in classism. It's not
Yeah.
just about race, and so because my parents had like worked really hard and they were able to like be educated and make sure I was put in these like upper educated classes, I was like the only brown girl in a lot of like my classes in school. And so I was like emo because like no one related to me. So then that gravitates to early internet days. I'm like, where do I find community on the internet?
Yeah.
Tumblr.
Yeah.
Weird chat rooms, Omegle, scary
Yeah.
places.
Omegle, oh my God.
I was in MySpace.
Yeah, I was on
MySpace.
MySpace, where for an emo brown kid,
Yeah.
was huge.
I was
Huge,
on MySpace
huge.
in a huge way. I was a scene kid, which
Yeah.
is like a little offshoot of
Yeah,
emo.
I would say me.
I would
too.
say it was
Yeah.
closer to scene probably than
yeah,
emo.
because it was
Yeah.
a little more colorful.
Yes.
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 Listen, I had the demo of Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
I had
Wow.
the Panic at the Disco
Oh my
demo
God.
of their first
Yes,
album.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I saw Panic at the Disco like 5 times, like
Yeah,
growing
no,
up.
they're
Like it
great.
was.
I remember like very vividly getting A Fever You Can't Sweat Out and
Oh,
like
yeah.
listening to it and just being like, well, this is the greatest piece of music, top to bottom, that's been put out by anyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Millie was getting the underground version on LimeWire. Is
And
what you need.
LimeWire.
The LimeWire hardcore synth version. Anyway, that's what I was like, because they made it studio sound. For
No.
them over there.
Yes.
They polished it. But anyway, so
Okay.
you were a little emo kid.
I was a little emo, and so I think I just gravitated to Tumblr because I didn't have a lot of friends, and I was a writer. Like I'd always loved writing, so I was like truly like writing on Tumblr, and I love the anonymity of
What
it.
were you writing? Like fan
Yeah, what were you
stuff?
writing?
It wasn't even fanfic. It was like truly like dark, sad poetry. Like
Uh,
that
amazing.
was.
Wow.
I was like
Incredible.
emo in that way. Yeah.
Incredible. Oh, I had a live journal with some sad
Yes.
poetry. Don't you?
Yeah, I
don't
missed
you
live
worry.
journal, so Tumblr was
Right.
my bread and
I
butter.
feel
for
like
that.
that's also it. Is that if we were the same age,
Yeah.
I would have been on Tumblr
Well,
with
how
you.
old
But
are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 31.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
But
just a
even-
little bit.
but
Even that
but
even
that
little
bit
gap.
When it
matters.
comes to the internet, it really does.
Yeah, like that
like-
little, like especially like when platforms are popular and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like even that little bit.
Because like
matters.
I got
I
a
was
little
barely
bit
on
of Tumblr.
MySpace, and
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
had a
primarily
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
I had
Yeah.
a Tumblr and like, yeah, but I was I was doing something else, and I was in a dark corner of the internet. I do have to say, I was on a dark corner of the internet, but it just showed up differently. Any fight video,
Yeah.
people I knew all the videos of people fucking horses. It was crazy.
Yeah, see,
Like,
I
there's
was
like
like
a
an
fire-
innocent
Not
little-
all the
Yeah.
videos
Yeah.
of people fucking
There was
horses.
because right before, like now you can send a trolley link
Yeah.
on TikTok,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Before you had to download the
That's true.
MP4 and attach it to an email and send it to your friend. So if there was like a stupid, like nasty porn gif, like you'd have to.
You had to do work. You
I-
had to really do work.
I remember like trying to hide the link to send people to like what was that one? Lemon
Meat Spin?
Party.
Oh,
Meat
Lemon.
Spin, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Meat Spin was like the
Meat
dick
Spin
going
was
around.
perfect. Meat Spin. Let me tell you something about Millie Tavares at Meat Spin.
I could only have guessed that Millie was sending Meat Spin to people.
Okay. When I discovered hyperlinks that you could write
Yeah.
And then-
one thing,
that-
but then the link game
That was
changer.
my main
And
method
then-
of madness as well.
and
I
then-
never downloaded.
One time I would be like in study, like I would hang out with the guys because I'm cool, and like I would be studying with the guys like all night, like pull all nighter with these guys, and they would like go to the bathroom or they'd go to their dorm and sleep or sleep on the couch, and they'd come back and find me because it counts how many spins.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
So they'd come back to thousands of spins.
Yeah. There was a
On their
Christmas
computer.
version of Meat Spin too, where like a little Santa hat would like bop
Oh my
around
God, I
the
remember that.
screen.
And if you don't know what Meat Spin is,
It's a shock link that
It's a
we
shock
used
link.
to send. That we used to send. Lemon Party was the other one that I remember, which was a bunch of old guys sucking each other off. It's
yeah, Meat
Tub
Spin
Girl.
is somebody having anal sex and the penis is going around.
spinning
Yeah.
around.
And then it
And
counts
it
how
counts
many
the spins.
spins. And that was huge for Millie Tavares.
Mhm. Okay, speaking of foundational pieces of art.
Wow. Wow. And that's
Yes.
how we
And that's how we
High-low,
Yeah,
high-low.
exactly.
No, we segue. Yeah,
we segue right in. We're about to get into our first segment of the show. This is the Discourse. This is where we break down something that everybody online is talking about.
Mhm.
And today we got to talk about Timothée Chalamet
Oh my
versus
God,
the
okay.
Ballet.
Okay.
Wow, Timothée Chalamet versus the
Ballet.
Ballet. Wait,
Okay.
that's a fucking fire. That's our headline.
Yeah,
that's
like
our,
a title of that.
our show
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our show
Okay.
title.
Wow. Okay.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you
great.
guys. Thank you guys
No,
so much.
I mean, the segment's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't even.
We
Okay,
don't even
anyway,
talk about it.
episode's done. Listen to
Episodes.
Welcome to El Barrio.
Yeah, listen to that.
Okay, off rip, have you guys heard
Oh,
about
of course.
the drama
I was literally
between-
watching a video about it on the way here.
Yeah, this one I'm like, sometimes we do segments where it's like maybe people haven't heard. This
This
has
everyone's-
saturated the culture.
yeah.
Ugh.
It's been a rough 48 hours for him.
This is
A
Yeah.
week.
A
Yeah.
week.
And
yeah.
wow, the Oscar.
okay.
Tell us what
Can't wait for him
happened
to
to
lose
Lee.
We're
the
gonna get
Oscar
into
for
it.
Yeah.
We're
continue.
gonna get into all of it. The clip, the response, the implications potentially on his Oscars campaign. But first, I will say for our listeners, if you don't know, people are very mad at Timothée Chalamet for comments that he made about the ballet and opera while talking to Matthew McConaughey at I know.
Which is like, why were y'all talking about that? Like, between
Why
the
is
two
Matthew
of y'all,
McConaughey?
why are y'all
What?
involved?
Okay, so we'll start it there, but the rest of the information is at the University of Texas for an event about efforts to preserve cinema. So I'm just going to say
Oh.
At University of Texas.
so there's just a lot of levels on which this event was set
I
up.
will say, I only knew that Timothy was talking to Matthew McConaughey. Had no idea the setting. Had no idea
I'm like, why are
That's
people
the
watching
setting.
this?
Yeah, I was
What is
literally
this?
like, what were they
Okay,
That's
it's
the
doing?
setting.
mandated by their school.
This is
Yeah.
making more sense now.
What
Continue.
I'm also just saying, like, whoever booked Timothée Chalamet to be in conversation with Matthew McConaughey
About
about this,
preserving cinema.
I bet your ass
Famous
Matthew
cinema-
McConaughey did it because he
Yeah.
is a like program director at UT.
oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay,
Well, they
so
have-
he pulled his like.
Okay.
Okay, so
'Cause I was
he
gonna
used
say-
his personal like
Contacts.
connections
Yeah.
to.
Because I was gonna say this
'Cause
person
they're,
had
like,
a vision.
friends. Yeah.
This person had a vision, and like that vision came to fruition.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, so he used his personal connections to get this talk. Because I'm just like, why does Matthew McConaughey, like, who made Matthew McConaughey the fucking, like, person to preserve cinema?
Okay,
He was in
so
How to
the-
Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
the
But
thing
now you're going to
is-
tell me.
I don't think it's about him preserving cinema. I do think he has a weird monopoly on the University of Texas. Okay.
Wow.
He's from Texas.
This is
He
insider
went
information
to
I
UT.
didn't
I know.
have.
I'm from
Yeah.
Texas.
Wow.
He went to UT. I think famously.
Did you go to
dropped
UT?
Out. No, I went to Baylor.
Oh.
Which is yuck.
I have
And
no
that's its own
association with
issue.
that.
I don't even know what.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean, Baylor UT, like oil and water, they hate each
Oh,
other.
okay,
But
okay, okay.
more so,
We're too liberal to know
Baylor-
this stuff.
and that's true. And Baylor is the worst of school because it is a private Baptist college.
Wow.
And the stakes are made.
Mm.
But
So it was like you had to sign a pledge to not fuck or something.
kind of,
Wow.
you're not allowed to drink on campus. You
Well,
can get arrested.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get arrested.
Even if you are of age, you can get expelled from school if you're caught drunk on campus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
The University of Delaware.
But that means that you were partying like
people
crazy.
were partying crazy.
Yeah, like, but that makes the parties even more underground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even know.
That's why
Yeah.
people like don't think. I'm like, Baylor was a party school. Yes, in relative to like UT top 10 party schools in the country, no. But it wasn't like not a party. It wasn't a innocent school.
Yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
a bunch of because they're rich kids. Like there's tons
Yeah.
of cocaine.
Okay.
There's tons of weed.
So no sex
alcohol.
or alcohol, but
and
cocaine
there's
and butt
tons
sex.
of sex because people are getting married their freshman year so that they can have sex.
Wow.
Oh wow! So
Wow.
this is Secret Lives of Mormon
Yes,
Wives.
they're
Yeah.
big brain Mormon wiving it, and
Wow.
they're getting married to have
Wow.
sex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So, but with the UT, McConaughey of it all, he goes to UT, thing famously drops out, whatever. He now, because he's famous and he has lots of money, basically owns Austin. He's like, I get back to UT, and he's like an adjunct professor at UT. I don't know all the details. UT people, don't come for me. I don't know all the details because I didn't go to UT. But I do have an understanding that he like runs the film program at UT.
Okay, yeah,
Now
like Spike-
he like is the
Okay.
program director.
So he probably put himself in
Yeah.
conversation
Yes.
with Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
Yes, and like it's not unheard of. Spike Lee does the
Yes.
same with
Yeah.
NYU.
yeah.
Oh, tons. That's
It's
always
like a
happening.
normal thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and UT has a big film school like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Wes Anderson went to it, you know.
And a lot of times also with film and like the arts, the best people did drop out technically
Yeah.
before getting their degree because a lot of times those people are like, I actually already have opportunities and I'm fast tracked to them.
Yeah.
So if these like schools didn't allow the person to
Yeah.
come back, it would be it's
Silly.
like yeah, exactly.
Also, it's like the world loves Matthew McConaughey. Of course, UT's gonna like bootlick for him.
Of
Yeah,
you know?
of course. Okay.
Okay, but speaking of bootlicking for Matthew McConaughey, we do need to watch the clip. We're just gonna start by watching
The clip.
the very clip.
Which like, is he trying to look like Matthew McConaughey here? Can
They
we first
do
off-
look like two sides of the same coin, and even though like obviously they're Matthew McConaughey and Timothy are very different, they're also spiritually they
Spiritually, they're
feel
similar.
really
connected.
similar.
Yeah.
Type wise, they're different, but spiritually,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Like the affect that they're doing is different, but the core of it is the
It's
same.
same.
Which is
Yeah.
like kind of buffoon, like
But
Oh,
artist buffoon.
artist
Yeah.
buffoon,
Artist buffoon.
artistic buffoon. Yeah.
The artistic buffoon.
I will say that, like, Can I be vulnerable?
Yeah, of
Absolutely.
course.
I'm digging this.
Well, you've
I've always
you've been attracted to Timmy.
I've been
Yeah.
attracted to Timmy. People are like, "Ew, no one. He's not even."
I'm
like,
not attracted to
I'm
Timmy.
picking
I
up what
agree.
he's putting down. Unfortunately, it's very much.
Unfortunately, it's in
It's
your
very
lane,
much
it's in your
my
wheelhouse.
lane to
Yeah.
be into like a little Twinkie
Yeah.
guy with facial hair.
Yeah.
That's well
Who's
groomed.
doing
Who's
this.
like whatever.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I'll say just in general, I generally tend to like Timmy. We'll get into some of the critiques
feel
of
No,
him.
I
but-
feel like all the critiques are fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
just-
I'm sorry. I'm going to say this again. Just like Tom Sandoval. The critiques are fair.
Wait, are you Team Tom?
I'm not Team Tom.
Oh,
No.
But would
She's
I
attracted
fuck
to him.
Tom?
She's attracted
Oh,
to
okay,
Tom.
okay.
Does he?
Okay.
Is he attractive? Is he 100%?
If he like never spoke, I would agree with you. Like,
But
like,
isn't
I
that
prefer his
most
voice.
men?
Yeah.
That's true, but his voice also bothers me. Like Tom's pitch.
No, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying he's attractive.
Yeah.
People want to act like he's not attractive.
No, I think he's a cutie patootie, but
And
I
people are
think-
like,
This
what did
is-
you even see? And like people
No,
say that with
he-
Timmy, and I
yeah.
have to say,
no.
No,
No.
Timmy's a beautiful little boy.
Yeah, he's a beautiful Victorian boy.
He's a beautiful.
He needs to go back to his period pieces and shut up.
well, I mean, because the Wigger stuff is.
Yes!
and we're gonna get into
we're
the
gonna get into
allegations.
that.
At least bleep
We're gonna-
every time I
yeah,
say
I'm
Wigger.
I bleep white.
Yeah, well, cracker. I'm not gonna say cracker. I'm gonna say wigger. God damn it. Can a bitch live?
But on the YouTube, it's all in.
It's on the YouTube,
it's
baby.
all in.
I'm editing. And that's why we get 10 views
Okay.
a video.
We are going to now watch the clip
Yes.
of Timothée Chalamet talking shit on the ballet and the opera.
And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership. But, damn, I just took shots for no reason.
That's not a shot. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
Oh.
Yikes.
I didn't see the end of that.
I know.
I
And
know.
not him coming in cosplaying. Okay, sorry. I hate a person who comes in and cosplays as a country person. Every time they step out in Texas, they're like, I gotta go get my jeans on, my cowboy boots, a little hat. It's like,
I know, but I do like wearing jeans, cowboy boots, and a little hat. And if you see me, and I'm going to say I agree with you. I understand the critiques.
no.
But I love wearing me some jeans, cowboy
I'm like,
boot, and a little
choose
hat.
to do it for the fashion, love it. But like, it's the idea that you came to Austin and you're like, now I have to go.
I'm gonna put my little.
I gotta put my
Yeah.
little
My little
Western
Woody
outfit on because
costume
that's
on.
what they think we look like over there.
But also, too, it's like cosplaying as the everyman.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And it's like,
babe,
bitch,
you
you-
went to performing arts school. You grew up in the rich part of the Bronx.
I mean,
Yes.
put a pin in all that
Or- yeah,
as
or
well.
like whatever, yeah.
What are your initial reactions to the clip?
LOL.
And this is how young people talk. They say LOL out loud. I didn't know he said the thing at the, like
You could tell he
s-
in real time realized how fucked up he fucked up.
yeah.
That he's
But then-
like, yeah.
But then he said I lost 14 cents in viewership. That was like the word. That was the thing, and then also do the like he could realize. And Matthew McConaughey's
Like, realize he
face.
lost-
Matthew
room.
McConaughey
Yeah.
knows. Matthew McConaughey knows that he just pissed off all
bunch
the
of
ballerinas
people.
and the opera singers. And Matthew McConaughey is like an older version of Timothée Chalamet in a way. So he's like, "Oh, son,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
I see the path before you."
And it's
And
not
he's
looking
just
good.
like, but his face is like,
Yeah, you see him look like
Well, I
the
feel
Mike
like
Myers
Dan
when
headlines.
Kanye says George Bush doesn't care about black people look, where they freeze a little bit.
No, I feel like Timothy saw that Matthew wasn't riding the train with him, and so then he like totally panics at the
Yeah.
end of that clip, and you're like,
Yeah.
and you deserve that.
E-
And you deserve
Every
that.
next comment makes the problem, the potential
Worse.
problem worse. It's very, very funny. Also, okay, something interesting to note is that Timothée Chalamet has said in other interviews that his grandmother, mother, and sister all
Oh,
danced in the New York
ballets.
City Ballet, and then he grew up backstage at the ballet.
And he grew up in New York City. I'm sorry, that is where ballet and opera are. Like,
and he went to performing arts school in New York
Yeah.
City. It's not like okay, because this is why
Yeah.
it's annoying. All his mom, his sister, all these people were ballerinas, and also, bitch. Okay, if you were plucked from obscurity in Ohio and you were a plumber and you became an actor, there's some grace but bro,
yeah.
you lived
You're
in Hell's
trained.
Kitchen. Like,
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
exactly,
You're
exactly.
classically trained. You went to LaGuardia.
Yeah.
We all seen those videos.
I feel like he, in that moment, now knowing the context that he's at UT, I feel like he was trying to relate to this
To those
like
kids.
Yeah.
Southern University group. But in reality, like, saw that he lost the room because clearly anybody who's in a film class at UT
They're not
cares
the
about
SEC.
art.
Yeah.
Yeah, they care about art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting to watch him like step in it and then like keep
Yeah,
taking more
the
steps
shit is just-
further. And what's interesting to me too is that like my initial interaction with this is like I saw it written out first and I was like, well, I get what he's saying. Like they're talking about the preservation of cinema. He's saying like, oh, I don't want to be in an art form where you have to like try to convince people to
That
come.
your art's important.
And
yeah.
then I saw the actual clip and I was like, oh, but he has like such a shitty
Yeah,
tone
yeah,
when he's talking about this. Like
exactly.
it actually,
He's like,
he
no
is
one
being a
cares.
dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
He
being a
is
dick.
being a dick. He is saying nobody cares about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
and it's just like, what are you doing that's so much more important? Fuck you. And also, like, the kids at the UT Austin film thing are not, like, he's trying to do it for some frat bros.
Yeah.
But it's like, and you have to explain to me, and too, like, whatever, but it's like, just because it's a school in Texas doesn't mean that there's not a ton of artsy kids who like actually in many ways are probably even more artsy than you because they have to like fight for it more, and they don't come from a place that has all these programs and shit like you did.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, dance is huge in Texas. I did ballet growing up. I was a dancer. I did jazz, tap, lyrical, hip hop, modern, contemporary. UT is a huge dance school. So like that audience also is like the opera, that's a different conversation, but like Texas does care about the fine arts. I would argue sometimes probably more than cinema because it is more traditional to be in fine arts over like film. Film is new age art. Film is Hollywood, and Texas doesn't appreciate Hollywood, you know? So I'm like, you're even speaking to the wrong audience in Texas.
Yeah. It's just like a massive miscalculation from Timothée on this level.
I think he was trying to be cool.
He was trying to be cool. He was trying to be cool, and we're going to get more into his, like, Oscars campaign and stuff, but he's been cruising for a bruising, I think, a little bit. And I think, because, okay, I think that people were ready to give it to him, because also it is kind of funny that comments about the ballet and opera have gone so massively viral. Like, this is a huge, huge conversation in a way, like...
It hasn't stopped.
If he had any amount of a point, like, yeah, the ballet and opera are kind of, like, niche interests for people to have. Like, you don't think about them, people, like, necessarily, like, riding for it super hard. But this has gone mega viral.
But this is, again, someone who, like... We tell people to go touch grass. But in another way, it's like... If you're going to speak publicly, you need to be a little plugged in.
Yes.
And like you guys, I'm sorry. And also I'm just like, because if you know anything, whether you think it's serious or not, there's a lot of shit that I don't take seriously that I would not want to cross or annoy these people. Like, and I know from the internet, I'm like, you're pissing off ballet fans and opera fans.
Okay, and that's the thing is, like, we've talked before on this podcast about, like, you don't want to piss off teachers online. That's a big demo you don't want to fuck with. Not that we would want to fuck with them otherwise. Yeah. Single moms and teachers, we're not fucking with them.
You say
I would add ballet and opera to this because...
Well, what was even crazier is I saw that they, like, a part of, which I'm like, so how...
Large groups of women. Do not piss them off.
Literally,
do not.
Don't piss off large groups of women.
No.
But I'm like, how untapped in are you to your own, like, marketing campaign that you guys didn't realize you gave Misty Copeland Marty Supreme promotion shit? One of the most popular, famous ballerinas of our lifetime.
Well, also it's on previous parts of the Marty Supreme tour that he talks really nicely about the ballet and says, like, I grew up at the ballet with my grandmother and my mother and stuff. So it's like other clips from the Marty Supreme press tour have come up. So it's very weird. Again, it goes back to this, like,
he was trying to impress.
Clearly he was trying to impress.
I think he's a chameleon.
Yes.
And I think that's really good for his acting. But when you're doing a press tour and you're trying to come off as authentic, because he does not, because, okay, I said I liked his look. This is not the look he had 6 weeks ago, a month ago, when he was with the black TikTok people. He had a fade and a goatee. He looked, honestly, he looked Puerto Rican.
He was wearing oversized jeans.
And
he was trying
also,
to be white Puerto Rican.
I mean, didn't hate that either. But that's a different thing than what he's doing now.
And everyone's trying to give him credit for it because he's like, no, but you don't understand. He's from New York. But then it's like, no.
But
like
then now in front of Texas.
He's not from that part of New York, though.
Yeah. Like, but now in front of Texas, he's getting.
Yeah, he's getting Texasy.
Yes.
He's trying to get Texasy. And it's like, babe, you can't be a chameleon when you're trying to come off authentic in yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things we've been doing lately is like charting trends. We charted Punch the Monkey, how his like virality. And so I want to kind of do this with this, and I'm going to say like, okay, so Timothée Chalamet makes these comments, right? Videos start coming out just in general of this talk that the two of them have. Starting around March 6th, that is when this starts going viral amongst like the ballerinas and the opera singers. So I would say this is like level 1 niche community virality. So people are obviously like not happy about this. This is a video from Megan Fairchild, who is a principal dancer at the New York Ballet, responding.
By now, we've all heard Timothée Chalamet's comments about ballet and opera not being popular, and that's why he pursued acting. And honestly, it's not even the idea that he dissed ballet and opera that bothers me. It's the suggestion that he had the talent and aptitude to pursue these Olympic-level artistic fields in the first place. Timmy, I didn't realize you were a world-class dancer or opera singer who simply chose not to pursue it because acting's more popular. Ballet and opera aren't niche hobbies people opt out of for fame. They're disciplines you can only enter if you have the rare ability for them in the first place.
Literally.
Okay, so yeah, that's one response.
She's like, ballet's a sport. Like,
Yeah,
ballet's
it's a
really
sport.
difficult. It's really tough.
It's a sport.
Fuck you.
I'll say that, like, I didn't personally get from him that he was saying, I guess I didn't understand him to be saying, like, I would be doing that if it were not for this.
No.
I kind of understood him more to be saying, like, it would suck to be in an art form where you have to try to convince people to come. But he said it in such a shitty way that it doesn't. I do think that's the point he was trying to make, but it doesn't really matter because he really said it in the most dick way possible.
Yeah, it's like he's a dick. It's tough because, like, we do want people to be, like, more honest and open and, like, actors. But I'm also, like, when you get to a certain point, like, I also get why people don't say anything.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to piss people off and you have extreme power.
Yeah.
And you're trying to be likable and you're trying to, I don't know.
But I do think it's more your point that you made earlier about him being a chameleon, because it's like he doesn't stand for anything.
Yeah.
It's like clear that like he'll go on interviews and be like, I love the ballet. And then when he thinks he's in the audience that they don't like the ballet, he's like, I don't like the ballet.
Yeah.
Or like,
You know?
it's dumb, or I'm going to make fun of it.
Exactly. So I think it's more that he just doesn't have any strong values.
Yeah.
Well, the ballet has clapped back massively. So we got that video. Then this is the LA
Literally
Opera.
her tagging him is so crazy.
Everyone is tagging him.
Yeah.
So the LA Opera posted this. It's like a beautiful photo, clearly, of their current show. And they said, sorry, at T. Chalamet, we'd offer you complimentary tickets to Akhenaten, but it's selling out. There are a few seats left to purchase if you hurry. So that's that one.
Jeez.
Then we've got this. So now this goes international. That was the LA Opera. This is the Royal Ballet and Opera in the UK.
Wow.
And they said,
Huge.
every night at the Royal Opera House, thousands of people gather for ballet and opera, for the music, for the storytelling, for the sheer magic of live performance. If you'd like to reconsider T. Chalamet, our doors are open.
Wow.
Then there are also a bunch of instances of like other big name people in the ballet and opera world are like getting in the comments of other posts. So like this one opera singer Candace Hoy's comments.
Not Candace Hoy.
Candace Hoy's.
Oh my
Candace
God.
Hoy's gets in the comments,
Oh my
if you can
gosh.
believe it,
Oh my gosh.
of a variety post that's just like the clip, and she goes, "Opera is not keeping up with Kardashians."
Wow. and that's shade
that's tea.
because he's with Miss Kylie.
Exactly.
But Kylie, guess what? Kylie ain't even a Kardashian. She's a Jenner. Kylie's a Jenner.
The Metropolitan Opera did a CNN town hall variety event, some kind of
Wow.
live stream type thing. And then before they performed, they said, "This one's for you, Timothée Chalamet." So he pissed these people the fuck off. And then we've been talking a lot about how Timothy went to LaGuardia High School. This is a very famous performing arts high school
It's the
in
school
New
of
York.
fame.
It's
Yeah.
the school. Yeah, it's the school in fame is based off of it. Nicki Minaj went there
Oh my
before
God. Azalea
before
Banks.
we lost her. Azalea Banks went there before we lost her.
Before she copped to doing Spawn for Israel.
She did. She did post this week. She's like, "Yeah, Israel's paid me to post about them."
Yeah.
I was like,
Multiple posts. Even my troll ones.
Azalea,
We can't even
please, Azalea,
Azalea,
no.
not now.
You want
Azalea,
to?
not now.
No,
No.
Azalea, no. Deactivate. Stand down, Azalea.
Deactivate. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe.
We can't do it. We can't do it. But anyway, Timothée Chalamet went to LaGuardia. The principal of LaGuardia High School has spoken out against Timothée Chalamet.
Oh
He said,
my God! The principal of his old high
the
school.
principal of your own high school. There was a tweet.
Wow.
I should have clipped it, but it was like Timothée Chalamet got called into the principal's office at 30 years old.
Literally.
Principal Marwa says, "We're so incredibly proud of our own Timothée Chalamet, a LaGuardia alum who has become one of the most celebrated actors of his generation. We cheer him loudly with great love, and it is because of that love that I feel compelled to respond
Oh my God!
to his recent comments about the opera and ballet. At LaGuardia, we do not rank art forms. We believe that if a singular performance, a single note, a single brushstroke, a single movement across the stage touches even one person, it is worthy. It matters. It is very much alive. Timothée, you yourself once said, I grew up backstage at the New York City Ballet School. The principal is really taking him down. Yeah. My grandmother danced there. My mother danced there. My sister danced there. You come from this world. We know your heart. And we know you know better. To every student here studying opera, ballet, or any art the world may tell them no one cares about, we see you. Keep going with pride and purpose, Principal Marwa.
You know what it is, too? Yeah. I'm like, I think people are also having fun.
Yes.
Like, Timothy's been cruising for a bruise, and he's been riding high. He's been it just sucks because it's like,
people been waiting for this moment.
People been waiting for a moment to take him down, and also, like, he's a little shit. He talks about greatness. He acts like he knows everything. Like, I'm sure, and also, like, it's fun for everyone to unite against a powerful person.
Well,
it's
a powerful
like with
young person who's, like, has already 3 Oscar noms. It's like, chill out.
Yeah.
Like, Timothy's gonna weather this storm.
Yeah,
he's gonna be okay.
He's gonna be fine.
of Gen Z, you know?
Yeah, like he's gonna be totally fine, which I think is also part of it. Because one sentiment that I kept seeing is like, we're so desperate for a new Carla Sofia Gascon that like we have to reach for Timothée Chalamet versus the ballet.
And I'm saying, right, like, it just doesn't hit as good as Miss Carla
it's not quite. It's not
we
quite.
Don't got
Carla Sofia Gascon using ancient slurs on Twitter.
Carla Sofia Gascon was fucking invoking the Spanish Inquisition.
She was.
The fucking Moor invasion.
She was pulling up.
She was pulling up shit. Timothée said one kind of callous comment that he don't even stand 10 toes down in, and people are just like talking about pride and purpose. Like, we are desperate.
So okay, now, so we've charted, like, we've got the initial virality in this niche community. Then this goes bigger. Now we get to, like, its general discourse.
Yeah.
People online are talking about it. So kind of, like, 2 camps develop. And I pulled these tweets to represent them. Like, so side one is, Timothée said nothing wrong. Ballet and opera are struggling. And the people who are mad don't actually care about either of these art forms. So I pulled a tweet from Barnacle Bucket. Okay. I can't believe Timothée Chalamet insinuated that the ballet and opera are no longer relevant in mainstream culture and that he hopes cinema doesn't end up the same way. Does he know how offensive that is to me, a person who likes misinterpreting things and getting angry about them? So that's, like, side one. And then side 2 is Timothée Chalamet had a shitty tone and he was being disrespectful to people in this art form, and also he seems like an asshole, which is represented by La Quisquiosa, translated from Spanish. It's pretty spectacular that Timothée Chalamet managed to hide his ego and ignorance from the audience for so long. He's gone from being Hollywood's pretty boy to a superficial asshole the moment he started talking off script. So,
and I bet you that sounds even better in Spanish.
Oh, in Spanish, I bet that hits so hard.
It hits so hard.
I bet that hits so hard in the original. In the original language.
In the original.
You have to read it in the original.
It's
not the same.
You can't. There's some things you can't even translate.
Yeah, you have to read it in the original Espanol.
In Espanol, it just doesn't. You're just missing some things in the translation. Yeah.
So I feel like clearly, as we've been talking, we agree with La Quisquiosa, with our hermana here.
Yeah,
with our
hermana. Let's get the spirit of Melissa Fuentes in here.
Yeah.
I will also say that I saw a lot of things calling out like, well, of course Timmy's like this. Look at who his girlfriend is.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing a lot of the Discord that it's like, well, he's dating a Kardashian. It's like, no. I mean, yes, Anne. Like, yes, he's dating a Kardashian. But, like, we also can't discount that he is a very famous white boy who grew up in very privilege and also has a very successful career. So he's tone deaf. That has nothing to do with his girlfriend and everything to do with him being tone deaf.
I don't know. I'm going to push back and say...
Because we saw those videos or photos of him making out with Lily Rose Depp on the fucking yacht. Yeah. I'm like, he's never been a classy man, let's just say.
No. But I'm also like, I don't think... that the chameleon and people are saying like, of course he doesn't appreciate the arts because everything about his even though he's the artistic buffoon. Yeah. But even though he's like,
if we didn't have to name things for SEO, artistic buffoon.
But it's like, he does all these like artistic things and he acts like he's deep, but he's just like a douchey young like assholey guy, and he just wants like a hot girlfriend who's like superficial and doesn't stand for anything either, and also takes from black culture. That's the argument that I've seen that I'm like, I don't know, like. One thing, you know, it splits my head open. Where I'm like, it's not her fault, but I'm
chicken
also
or the egg. I'm like, is he with her because he already doesn't really care about these things and is this person? But then also, does she maybe help fuel the transformation further? Because I do feel like two wolves exist within Timothée Chalamet, and one is the artist, and one is the fuckboy guy who's dating Kylie Jenner. I think might marry Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be pregnant by the end of the year.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think
if he doesn't get the Oscar, he's gonna be a dad.
I think he's been teeing
like the end of Marty
up
Supreme.
with the
Sorry, spoiler.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay, I bleep all of it. I think he's been teeing it up kind of with like finally starting to like thank her, but he only calls her my partner in some of his like awards speeches. He, for the first time ever, posted an Instagram that included her finger in it. So like he's never acknowledged her publicly before. So I'm like, oh, he's gonna marry her. He posted her hand. He posted her manicured nails. Like,
well, they appear in public together.
Yeah.
But he doesn't ever like
talk about her
in interviews. But now he's talking about her in interviews, saying that how amazing and all this stuff, and like he's talked about fatherhood in a way that I'm like, this is coming.
And that's the thing.
And we know that she's fertile.
Yeah.
You know, she's had 2 kids.
Yeah.
It's true.
And he
that family's fertile, so
he is a very PR forward. Like he has been successful for so long and from at such a young age. And again, he comes out of this like LaGuardia world that when you're teeing yourself up, and we'll get more into this when we're talking about his Oscar stuff, but when you're like in this leading man A-list category, all of your moves are thought about in terms of like your overall narrative, and there's PR is like less overt now than it was, but he still has someone planning his every move, and there are people behind the scenes who are like, you should get married. That should be your next thing. Is that you should get married, and you should marry the like beautiful kind of Kardashian girl that you're with, and we can ride that wave and have that news cycle,
and promote your next 3 projects off the wedding shit.
Yeah.
And then whatever. Yeah, that's how they think. Yeah,
that is part of all of this. So okay, this is the conversation online. We know where we stand. Then I would say we get into a new phase.
Ooh,
we move again, much like Punch the Monkey.
Wow.
Into outside celebrity involvement.
Wow.
So SNL makes a joke clowning Timothée Chalamet for his comments on Weekend Update. I'm not going to like play a Weekend Update clip, but it's basically Colin Jost being like, he said this while promoting a movie about ping pong.
Yeah.
So
we've made 20 funnier jokes, and we make a quarter of any of those writers, so fuck them.
Literally.
The point is SNL comes out against Chalamet in the whatever, and it makes it to Weekend Update, so that's like, you know,
they're like, you're not safe here, even though you've been on our show multiple times.
I mean, and we let you do double duty. We let him pay. They let him pay to be the musical guest. He paid.
Yes.
And he did his like drill rap thing.
I think he sang because it was when he was playing Bob Dylan.
Yes, it was the Bob Dylan biopic.
Oh, because he did because he did a drill rap like he did like a rap, like a UK kind of style rap thing in promotion for Marty Supreme. He did a whole track and whatever.
But
so
this was for Bob Dylan because he did actually force them to let him sing the Bob Dylan songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing, covers.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm like chameleon.
Yeah.
Because you're doing British drill rap and then you're doing Bob Dylan. Whatever.
Here's what I also think is that he's played 2 kind of like pompous assholes in a row, and it's getting to his brain.
But also, if you really look at all his roles, he's kind of a pompous asshole.
Yeah, I mean, he does like I know Laurie and Little Women. He's a problem. Paul Atreides.
Yeah, the Paul Atreides, Lisa Labais, the Isa Labais. What is it called?
Isla La Pais.
Yeah, Isla La Pais. The chosen one.
Yeah. Paul, little baby Paul. But okay, so
that guy's got an eagle on him.
So now we get to a level of outside celebrity endorsement that I don't know any of us would have seen coming. I don't think we would have seen what's coming next, which is that
Oh yes,
Not
okay.
Doja
I didn't
Cat.
get to see this,
The
but
worst
I
person.
saw the notification.
Doja Cat gets involved.
Doja
Cat gets
I got
involved.
the people notification from Apple News.
Not Miss Racial Chat Rooms.
Yes.
Showing feet in racial chat rooms.
Doja
Toxic
Cat.
biracial.
Doja Cat gets involved. So here is what Doja Cat had to say.
Hey, by the way, opera is 400 years old. Ballet is 500 years old. Somebody named Timothée Chalamet had the nerve, big guy, by the way, had the nerve to say on camera that nobody cares about it. I'm sure you can walk into an opera theater right now, seats will be filled out, and nobody's saying a word as the performance is going because everybody has that much respect for it. There is an etiquette around opera. There is etiquette around ballet. It's amazing. It's an amazing theater medium. It's fucking beautiful. And people go there every day to the dance studio. Dancers show up 8 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever the fuck. They show up and they break and they bleed every single day. Just because they have respect for it. They love it. They love what they do. It doesn't matter if the industry is having a tough time at any time, which a lot of industries have a tough time. Your industry has a tough time. My industry has a tough time. Doesn't mean people don't care about it. People care. The dancers care. The singers care. The audience cares. There's still an audience. People give a fuck. You show up in a nice outfit, you sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. That's the usual etiquette around those things. Maybe learn something from that.
Okay, random W for
I
Doja.
No, I know, but she's got it. That's what the thing is. Like, she's got it, guys.
Yeah,
Sometimes people are famous. Like, she's crazy, but she's got it.
I just was watching and I was like, she's fucking pissed.
Yeah.
She's pissed. It's so funny that of all things, it pissed her off. But
really
also
got
she's
activated.
funny.
But
She
also,
really got
I
activated.
do feel like, I mean, I don't know what her actual dance background is, but working in the
Yeah.
music industry and having to be on sets with dancers who have to do your backups and whatever, you see how much hard work they fucking put into that shit. So I do see, it's not like a crazy take from Doja because she does work in music and she literally has to sing. She arguably has probably more vocal talent than Timothée ever will. But yeah, she's a crazy person, so it's shocking that it would come from her.
Well, also too, it's like she's crazy, but she's also like, what's consistent? This is just consistent with her, which is like she has a goofy online presence, very unfiltered, but also that like she does always appreciate arts and artistic, and she's always leaned into that, and she's always like trying new things and stuff, and like the big thing, I mean, just like ballet is very physically taxing, like opera is very difficult.
Oh my God, so
you
hard.
need like incredible endurance to be able to like hit the notes or whatever. So like I'm sure a singer who like has to dance, like she raps, she sings, she does these crazy outfits, like she whatever, like I'm sure she has a credible appreciation for the
I would
arts.
argue cinema is like the easiest, not like cinema itself, but like acting out of all of those like hard art skills is the easiest out of all of those.
I mean, endurance wise, absolutely. Like, obviously, acting, you know,
Acting
they're
is
all
hard.
art
They're
forms,
all hard.
They're all hard.
But, like, yeah, so anyway, so Doja Cat gets activated. There is part of me that's like, I wonder if she also doesn't like Timothée Chalamet for some kind of personal reason.
She probably doesn't.
Because I feel a little bit of that in there, that she's like, fuck this guy.
Because they're definitely walking in the same circles.
Right. Like, it's not crazy that they would have been at a
same
party or two.
And he was probably an asshole. She probably doesn't like Kylie.
Yeah.
And just everyone's
And
jumping.
she has a point. So she's like, I'm going to get on and do my thing. So, okay. To round out this discourse.
That's why you gotta be careful what you
That's why
say.
you gotta be careful what you
As
say.
someone who's so reckless.
You know what I mean?
As someone who's extremely reckless and is terrified all the time.
Timothée Chalamet, if you're listening, and you are.
Yeah.
Stop being so reckless.
I was gonna say, do you think he heard this? Saw this?
Oh, he definitely saw this.
Definitely the Doja Cat stuff, for sure. For sure. I think a lot of celebrities pretend not to look at their stuff, but they absolutely do. And also, again, so we're gonna get into this now. Basically, this starts going viral. Everyone's mad at Timothée Chalamet. And people start asking, does this change anything about his chance at the Oscars this Sunday? Because this Sunday he is up for Best Actor.
Yeah, and he wants it.
And he definitely wants it. He
thinks
wanting
he deserves it because this is his third nom. And it's like, bitch, you're so young.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Well, okay.
That's how the Oscars feels too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we'll get into that, like, the Oscars race of it all. What I will say, because I looked into this, Oscars voting ended on March 5th, and this didn't really start going viral until March 6th. So, like, maybe some people who are Oscars voters saw it before that. They're in the arts. It's not that unlikely. But I feel like to the extent that this could have actually impacted voting for him, I don't know that it actually could, really. Because it happened kind of simultaneously with the voting ending.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
But, okay. So to go back to Oscar stuff, like I said, Timothée Chalamet is currently up for Best Actor for his Oscar, for his role in Marty Supreme. He plays Marty Mauser in that movie. His biggest competition for the award is Michael B. Jordan, who's up for the dual roles of Smoke and Stack in Sinners.
Yeah.
It's also like just a stacked category this year. Wagner Mora is up for The Secret Agent. Leo's up for One Battle After Another, and Ethan Hawke is up for Blue Moon. But generally, it's been considered to be a battle between Timothée Chalamet and Michael B. Jordan.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Some people like to be like, maybe it will, but it's.
I saw the movie, babe.
Oh,
No,
really?
It won't.
I did not see that one.
You don't think they might give it to Leo just to be like?
I think they would be more willing to give it to Benicio before they gave it to Leo.
But Benicio's not doing leading.
No.
He's supporting.
Yeah, I think it seems like
for that movie.
Conversation-wise, it seems like it's really been between
the two. I know.
Between the two,
and somebody was just called the N-word.
So that's what I'm gonna say. So
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that?
Well, we gotta get you on the Patreon.
We gotta get you on the Patreon.
We'll send you an episode of the Patreon.
We'll send you. We'll comp that one.
Yeah, we can comp you an episode of the Patreon.
That's payola for us to be on Lost Clutch.
Okay, so basically, while I don't think that like this video could have affected his chances actually, I think the fact that it went so negatively viral reflects just a general anti-Timmy sentiment that has really arisen, I think, in the most recent weeks, while a pro-Michael B. Jordan sentiment has also risen. So now, all the, like, betting sites and stuff, it used to be a dead heat. Now, Michael B. Jordan is the front runner on all of those, like, betting websites.
All those terrible sites.
Yes.
So, and that happened with Parasite. As I just learned from my own podcast episode that's coming out this week with Josie Melendez, who's a Puerto Rican film critic.
Hell yeah.
And she was telling me how Parasite won at SAG and then also won the Oscar that year. So there is a chance, like a harder chance.
Yeah, like when somebody wins, because it's like the Oscars is the end of the award show season. Yeah. So people calculate
based on
winning all this stuff.
Timothée got the Critics' Choice Award, I think, but it also comes on the heels of, as we've kind of been talking about, like Marty Supreme had this very big, shiny promo cycle that involved Timothée doing like a lot of appearances and like viral stunts.
Yeah.
very
And
blockbuster.
It was like if you guys at home have seen the picture of Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner in like the all orange outfits, it was like this big promo cycle, and part of it was he was kind of acting like the character of Marty Mauser and being very like boisterous and annoying and a dick, and it kind of, I think, started to rub people the wrong way in general. Then we start getting to Timothée Chalamet Blackcent discourse.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stunts that he's doing for Marty Supreme are like releasing what
he released a drill rap track, which is like London style hip hop.
Yeah, he did a bunch of stuff with Drewski. Like it was all.
And Drewski, he worked with a really famous black comedian, social media comedian, and he did like all these things. And even like the most viral clip of that thing was like a black guy
voguing in front of him.
That clip is really funny, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm like, if you sit any white guy with a black guy voguing and like
no, it was so
even
weird.
if Matthew McConaughey was there, like it would have been funny with anyone.
Yeah,
I think Well, I think what's funny about it is that they turn up the sound on like.
So it's like ASMR.
Yeah, you can, like the sound. You can like hear him doing the movements, and then I do think it's funny that Timothée says, "Okay, received."
Yeah.
I do think "Okay, received" is funny.
Yeah, but I'm just like, but I'm
was
sure
gross.
Leo would have had another thing. But I'm like.
But also, it didn't make sense. Okay, I'm sorry. I will get on my soapbox.
Get on the soapbox now.
It did not make sense for the movie. I'm sorry. It wasn't like he was like grew up in a black neighborhood bullshit.
Because there's like the Robert Pattinson movie, Good Time.
Yes,
would have made sense.
Would have made more sense.
Sorry.
And even then, Robert Pattinson isn't dumb enough to be fucking doing a Blackcent across his marketing campaign for any movie. But with Timothée, I feel like he thinks he's like, well, I'm part of New York culture, so I can like jump in on this. And it's like, no, that's actually the whole point, is that you as a white person cannot be jumping in on this shit. But also, it's like the movie didn't call for this type of
marketing. Because it takes place in the past.
It takes place in the 50s.
It takes place in the 50s. I already have a problem with the fact that like Tyler, the creator, and him are best friends, and they never address race in the movie one fucking time. Besides the one, everyone will like look at me and they're like, but they did call him the N-word after that that ping pong match, and I was like, no. They should, if we're being historically accurate, they wouldn't have even let Tyler fucking do the ping pong match. Well, they would have like called him the N-word then and there, and then like they would have brawled, and then maybe they would have been like, okay, let's see, black boy, if you can play ping pong, and then they would have done it.
Yeah.
But they were feeling bad for Tyler in that moment of the movie. Yeah. And they let him play ping pong, and they only called him the N-word after they realized Tyler swindled him. So like, it's just. Like the movie
it's like they're justified in calling him the N-word.
It seems like
in the way that they frame the scene, but in all of it in general, I'm like, it's not like the movie addresses race. It doesn't make sense that they're friends. It's like, why is Marty Mauser hanging out in this black pool hall? They never even have one scene explaining any of that. It's just like. So then for the marketing to go so heavy in the black culture, what? Because Tyler, the creator's attached to the project?
But it's like he's not in all the stuff. Okay.
But even Tyler's level of blackness or Tyler's thing is not Drewski.
Exactly.
Like if they're gonna do a Tyler thing, then it's gonna be some artsy whatever, Clamp Flognar, whatever the fuck. But Drewski is a very different flavor of blackness. Yeah. Like, okay, if Timmy had a movie where he was in Atlanta, then I would understand. Oh, okay. But
or if he was playing like a white rapper guy, like I don't know, like someone who was like this, but it actually is kind of incongruous with the movie for all the reasons you were saying. Meanwhile, Michael B. Jordan has had a very, I would say, like traditional, low-key, chill Oscars campaign. It's really just
traditional in many ways.
But the core, to the extent that he's even had a personal campaign, it's really just he plays two twins and he's really good.
And he's really good at it, and he has that dimple baby.
And he wears two shoes. It's more about the process. Of like he's wearing two shoes. He wears different cologne to get into the character.
Yeah.
Like everything is about the process that it been made to like make that art instead of these big showy stunts of like him being an asshole,
And also, isn't it so telling that it's like a black man literally gets nominated for an Oscar for playing two roles, and it's still a question on if he should get it when literally Timothée is playing himself exaggerated in a movie that was also arguably shouldn't have been made. Like
it's hard to describe Marty Supreme as fun because it's like meant to make you feel crazy, but like I think it's like a fun performance. It's really like shiny and energetic, whatever. But like for me personally, to play two twins, also like have very specific, clear delineations between those two roles. Both of those different characters go through like a variety of emotions. I feel like in Marty Supreme, he's just playing ping pong and getting mad, and kind of playing ping pong and getting mad, and it's fun. He's doing a great job at both, but. When I look at the Michael B. Jordan performance, for me personally, I'm like, well,
that's art. Yeah.
Well, because one is like, there has one love story and the other one has another love story. And also, like, we're talking about, like, action stuff.
Yeah.
And action stunts. Because it's a vampire film, too. And then it's also guns. It's just, like, calls for way more physically.
But as we all know, who should win an Oscar and who does win an Oscar isn't always the same. So it's like, okay, obviously on the merits, I feel like Michael B. Jordan wins it, but there was narrative around Timothée Chalamet. Is it finally his year? Whatever. Seems like things have flipped against him just in the most recent weeks. Yeah. Not necessarily because of this, but just because people were getting tired of the shtick. And then, as we've talked about on our Patreon, at the BAFTAs, 2 weekends ago now.
Yeah, 2 weekends ago.
At the BAFTAs, this guy with Tourette's said the N-word out loud while Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were
on stage.
Real bad. Guys, for $3.50, you can buy the Patreon
You
episode.
gotta
We're
buy
giving it
the
to Becca
Patreon.
for free.
We're giving it to Becca
Becca's
for
getting
free.
the download
I'm
for free.
literally so gagged right now.
Wow.
And obviously it happened in front of a bunch of people who are probably Oscars voters.
Yeah.
And I think, and that did
and it
happen.
wasn't handled well.
It wasn't handled
By
well
the
by
BAFTAs,
the BAFTAs
did not handle it well.
But Michael B. Jordan handled it very, very well. Then at
His
the NAA,
mom left crying.
It
Yeah,
was
I would have
really
left
bad.
crying.
It-
Oh
Yeah,
my
but I'm like,
God.
if that happened in front of all the, so this is why the internet was like, he needs to put on his sympathy fro, like he needs to lean into it, because it's like, if that happened in front of a bunch of Oscar voters,
He handled it very
With grace, of course he
classy.
did.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a
Yeah.
classy guy, but so, and this actually did happen before the end of voting. So the extent to which people saw that made them think about Michael B. Jordan, made them think about the performance, made them have warm feelings towards him, feel bad that this happened to him. That could have also factored into tipping him over the edge to winning the award that he actually deserves, just
Yeah.
on the merits, not any of this political bullshit about like whatever. But that is how you win an Oscar. I think the politics swung in Michael B. Jordan's favor as of this weekend, and we will see.
well,
We shall see.
we shall see.
Millie,
Yes, it's time for our final segment,
Grasshole of the week.
That one segment of the show where we find one person and we say either lovingly or not so lovingly to go touch some grass.
Yeah, you gotta log off.
You gotta log off.
It's time.
And I feel like we've had so many grassholes, but we haven't had one like this in a while.
Okay. Wow.
We haven't had one
Wow.
like this.
Okay.
And our grasshole goes to TikToker Law Crocs Not In. And she's not have you ever heard of her?
No.
No, she's not a big figure. She's not a public
Okay.
figure.
She
She only has
She is
nine-
now. She's on Go Touch Grass.
Now she is. She went viral this weekend. She has about 9,000 followers.
Okay.
And her bio on TikTok is brutally honest but fun, laughy emoji,
Always a dangerous position to put yourself in.
and also animal lover. And if we know much about animal lovers,
Scary.
yeah, the more you love animals, the more you hate humans.
If the more like you identify
Fine, as an-
personally as an animal lover
You're
There's
saying
always
some
something.
nasty shit.
to people.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to say.
So, our grasshole of this week, she posted a video, and we'll just watch the video. But the caption to this video that she posted has 1.5 million views.
Oof.
And the caption, it's only 42 seconds, and the caption says, I've, all caps, never felt more unwelcome. Cushion doll was beautiful. However, if you want a good cry, go to the Central Bar. If you're an American, just know you're not welcome. Sad face.
Okay.
And then hashtag North of Ireland, hashtag Ireland, hashtag Ireland, hashtag USA.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh.
Damn it!
This has never happened in the history of Go Touch Grass. We clicked on the link and this person has privated their account.
Because the video was so bad.
Oh my God.
I was so scared.
She's gone private since researching this afternoon.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It's definitely reposted.
I'm sure it is.
100%.
I'm sure it is. We will find it. But wow, that's a Go Touch Grass first. Privated. You know what? And this actually happened behind the scenes last week, is that I played one video that I ended up not including in the audio, because by the time I went to rip it and downloaded it, that
It was
person had
gone.
privated their account, totally gone, couldn't see anything. And I was like, wow.
So she said, I've never felt more unwelcome. Cushion doll was beautiful. However, if you want a good cry, go to the Central Bar. If you're an American, just know you're not welcome. So when we tried to find this,
Mm-hmm.
was deleted.
It was
and
deleted.
I had to go. Shout out to Caitlin and Hennessy for,
Yeah.
she is going to stitch it, but this video is just of her, whatever, but this is the most clean one of video 1 that we do. And this is what she says in the video. I mean, the in-post text says, left in tears in Northern Ireland, I've never felt more unwelcome.
Mind you, she's very white.
Yeah, she's a white woman.
Yeah. Everyone on the screen right now is a white woman.
That moment when you go into a Northern Ireland bar and are immediately accused of being a bad person because you're from the United States. Doesn't feel very good. We went to just enjoy a beer and we're like, we don't want to talk about anything or anything like that. If you're an American citizen, maybe just proceed with caution.
I don't need to proceed with caution.
So she's saying she went to a bar and she told people that she was American. She went to a bar in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And she said because she was American, she wasn't welcome there.
Okay.
That gets 1.5 million views.
Yeah.
Already people are like,
what did you say?
Yeah.
This is fishy.
And also, like, as an American, when I travel abroad, I factor in that a little bit of that is going to happen.
Yes.
Do sometimes Europeans fucking push it with the stuff that they say?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for any of this.
Which is why I say,
I'm not part.
What did she say?
Yeah, exactly. And where I'm like, if people ask me what I think about what's going on in the United States as an American, I say, I don't like it.
Yeah.
You're not more upset about it than me. I promise you. Yeah. I promise you, darling.
Well, yeah. You're always going to hear that. Also, like, I'll allow for a little bit. But I'll get real crazy with if some British or French people want to act crazy.
We can get loco.
Yeah, we can get loco. You want to act crazy? I'll get loco. Cause y'all got a history. Y'all got 500 years of acting crazy over us. Okay.
Yeah.
Not to invoke Doja.
Yeah.
But.
There is a little bit sometimes when a British person is like, Americans are so racist. And I'm like, well, who taught us that?
Yeah.
Who's our dad?
Not too much.
Yeah.
Not too much.
We heard it at home.
Yeah.
We heard it in the home.
Yeah.
And
so don't come over here and try to come. Because in America, guess what? You'll get shot. They're like, yeah. Like, well, yeah, I talked to this about my Spaniard cousin. She's like, well, isn't it so bad in America?
And
I'm
you're like, not too much.
Not too much
Spaniard cousin.
From you. Yeah. I'm like, it's agreed upon that this shit sucks. And there's at least enough people to be like, don't do this. Not in Spain. But anyway, whatever. As we lose all of our, whatever. Now we're going to gain back some European followers. Because we have to say, right? She said she was in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland, which I looked up in research of this video. Northern Ireland and North of Ireland are two different things.
Yes, indeed.
Northern Ireland is a 6-county UK constituent county. It's part of the UK. And the North of Ireland is a geographic term often used to like the northern part of Ireland.
Yeah.
So if you're
the
in
Republic of Ireland,
which is different.
Kind of famously.
Right. Very listen, right? Northern Ireland is part of the UK. North of Ireland is part of Ireland. But
yes, is the North of Ireland, which is its own thing.
Yes.
Okay. Northern Ireland is commonly used by unionists, and in official UK context, the North or the North of Ireland is used by nationalists who may not recognize the legitimacy of even. It's very, just to say. It's very sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm not an Irish historian. Mm-hmm. This is not an Irish history podcast.
Put a pin in the Irish civil conflict.
Put a pin in the Irish civil conflict. We are 3 Latinas doing our best.
Yeah, we're doing our best.
We are doing our best, but this white lady said she went to Northern Ireland, and then she wasn't in Northern Ireland. No. She was in North of Ireland.
And this is the type of shit also that when people are making fun of American travelers and Americans not knowing anything and Americans having bad geography, this is the type of stuff.
This is the type of stuff
really,
that's like very important. It's like, and you know what? I didn't know that's not common knowledge for Americans, whatever, but I'm also like, But if I'm visiting there, I'm gonna fucking look it up.
I'm gonna do a little Google. I'm gonna buy a photo's travel book. You know, I'm gonna know a little bit what's going on.
So anyway, people. So that was the two things, right?
Yeah.
So this video goes. She starts crying. She's like, "I got kicked out of a bar for being an American." People were like, "What did you say?" And also, you're using Northern Ireland a little recklessly. So she then does a 7-minute story time where I can't even find that right now because she went private. So the best I could do is give you a 30-second clip of that 6-minute story time that another guy is talking over.
Are immediately accused of being a bad person because you're from the United States.
Wait, so they accused you of being a bad person just because you're from the United States?
I walked in with my husband to the Central Bar, and I immediately noticed that they had the world news on, rightfully so. There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world.
Quick question. Who is responsible for a lot of the crazy things that are happening in the world right now?
Then the gentleman said, "Are you American?" And I said, "Yes, we're American." And I'm not lying to you when I say it instantly went from, "Yes, I'm American," to, "Well, who'd you vote for?" And I kind of was just shocked. I'm like, wow, that was very direct. And I said, we're on vacation. We're trying to get away from all of that. We don't really want to talk about it.
Oh, so they didn't actually accuse you of
MAGA
anything.
confirmed.
MAGA confirmed.
MAGA confirmed.
Why didn't you want to answer that question?
I genuinely just wanted to go in, enjoy some pints, and if it was a friendly conversation, I will gladly go back and forth. But to bring up any sensitive topic, anything like that, I would have said the same thing. Like, I don't want to talk about that. It's uncomfortable.
Well, we wouldn't want you to be uncomfortable, not a little uncomfy. But again, you still haven't talked about who it is you voted for because you want to ignore that on your holiday. Could it possibly be you voted for somebody who has not made it just uncomfy, but rather unbearable, unlivable, deadly even to live in this country, stripping millions of people of their affordable health care, abducting parents off the street, leaving children to come home to empty homes, putting 13-year-old pregnant girls in a detention center in Texas? They are great victims, and now you're also forcing them to give birth. I mean, God forbid you be a little uncomfy on your holiday, though.
Not because of, like, directly what's going on. Any sensitive topic, why would you want, especially while drinking, why would you want to talk about something so sensitive?
Why not just say who you voted for? Because at no point has anyone ever asked me who I voted for, and I not just said confidently Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or Barack Obama. In fact, a lot of y'all like to even say you voted for Barack Obama. Like, oh, come on. Why not just say who you voted for? Because honestly, it's a fair question considering how crazy the world is, as you yourself admit. Embrace that you didn't. You posted this the other day talking about how we're canceling people because of who they allegedly voted for. But wait, I saw this. What was that? What's this one?
Oh, so you really don't care about illegal immigrants being detained by ICE and families being separated? No.
Let me just see if I've got this right. You're on holiday, as you put it, trying to escape all the bad things happening, the bad things that are happening because of the person you voted into office.
So she does the story time where she says that basically they ask her about politics. Then she's like, why is that so sensitive? And then she says the Northern Ireland, she makes that mistake in the bar. And they like yell. And then she's like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. And so they're getting on her about the Trump thing, and they're getting on her obviously about the Northern Ireland thing. She went on the internet. She did the cry video. People called bullshit. She did a 7-minute story time.
Right.
People are calling bullshit.
Right. And I do just want to say, like, to the point of the person who posted this recap, I also will, if you ask me who I voted for, I'll just say.
Yeah.
Because I have no negative feelings
right.
about who I voted for. Yeah.
The right has to justify, they're like, no, but. And it's like, yeah, because you guys, you're fucking wrong. Like, you know you were
You know
wrong.
that it's fucked up, but you want to be able to go to an Irish bar. You don't even know what side of a really deep-seated and tense political issue you're on in the area that you're in. And you want to be able to say whatever and have nobody ask you about it. And it's like, we're literally trying to start World War III.
Yeah.
So if you are planning to travel abroad as an American right now, yeah, I'm expecting some people are going to ask me who I fucking voted for.
Yeah, well, and then also you can't get upset when they're pissed about it.
Yeah.
And also, I'm just like, for you to choose Ireland out of all the places to travel to.
I know.
And I'm like, Ireland is a very politically active country in global politics and also very left-leaning in terms of like pro-Palestine, pro all the republics of people that are trying for freedom. I'm like, you chose to go somewhere that is against your politics for the most part.
But the thing is that the MAGA brain rot that happens in this country, you only think about what's going on in America, and you're only seeing only like what Fox News is telling you.
Yeah.
So they think all black, brown, and non-white people are leftist,
Yes.
and all
White
people are right.
Yeah.
And that is not true. That could not be further from the truth. Actually, we talk about right-wing people of color all the time on this podcast.
Yeah,
half of our fucking Grasshole
families?
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Our families. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Not the Texas Puerto Rican. I'm
Yeah,
saying like half of our Grasshole Hall of Fame is black people or people of color who
Need to touch grass.
are who are MAGA.
Yeah.
So for you to
Nicki
think Nicki Minaj,
Nicki.
50 Cent, Kanye West, like
There's a
that's
lot.
not even so whatever. So whatever. She had a thing. She cried about it. She posted a 7-minute story time. That's enough.
Yeah.
But this is why I think she was privating it. Well, the comments are roasting her.
Right.
The second video only got 5,000 likes, but had a bunch of comments. Let's read some of the comments. Somebody said, a Trump voter saying, quote, I'm a kind human is so outrageous. And then somebody else said she deleted her Trump post because she had a lot of posts on her TikTok grid about Trump.
Yeah.
So this person said she deleted her Trump post. Kudos to Ireland. And then this is what somebody else said. And that's why, kids, it's so important to know the history and the place you're traveling to before you go. Saying you don't care about politics is ridiculous and shows a lack of education amongst USA people around the world around you. And then this is why I think she privated it, because this bitch is fucking fighting back. She's commenting
she's in
back.
the comments.
She's in the
commenting
comments.
back. No.
She was commenting back. So why don't you read Elise her comment back?
Okay, she said, I never said that I didn't care about politics. I simply said that I didn't want to talk about anything political, just as I would not want to talk about any other sensitive topic matter with anybody, let alone a few drunk strangers.
Which is such like a white take. Like it's like white people love to like shove their politics down your throat, and then the second you like ask them a genuine question about what's going on with them and it makes them uncomfortable, they're like, well, that's just like that's not politically or that's not correct to talk about.
And travel is political. The fact that this woman is in the United States and
can leave
and can go
and
anywhere
come back and
get
have
a
enough
visa.
money to fucking buy shit abroad.
Yeah, but even that she's allowed a visa. If you are an American, you can travel to any country you want with relative ease.
Yeah.
At a time when we are rounding people up who are going to their immigration hearings.
Yeah.
Like we're rounding people up who are
Who
trying
work,
to
who pay taxes.
Yeah, like that we're doing that here, but you can go traipse around whatever country. You don't even know what fucking country you're in. You don't know if you're in Northern Ireland or the north of Ireland. You don't even know where the fuck you are, but you can go wherever. And then people who want to come here are like terrorized and deported and like everything that's happening.
No, to be a citizen here, you have to fill out all these fucking forms or like do a history test.
Yeah.
To do anything, and like you're just going around anyway. So then here are more comments. Said, why are people that vote for Trump so ashamed to admit they voted for Trump? That has 14,000 likes. Trumpers should feel uncomfortable everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Then somebody said, Harris voters do not have this problem.
Okay.
And then what does she say?
She responds, okay.
Okay, and then more fights. Somebody said, normalize researching a country before you go. At least read her comments.
Normalize not being rude jerks just because you don't agree with somebody.
And it's like, okay, but that doesn't denote that you didn't do any research before you left.
Yeah, that's not even that's not a response to what the person before you said.
Because that's what her story time is, that she is so shocked and disappointed. And how dare you want to talk about politics on her vacation? She doesn't want to talk about that. She wants to just enjoy Ireland.
Yeah.
And I bet you that's part of why a lot of people want to go to Ireland versus going to Thailand or going to a different People think that they go to Europe to like escape I don't know what, because they think it's a country full of white people.
Yes.
So they assume all these things, and it's like, oh no, babe.
And they speak
not
English.
Not these white people.
So it's like,
not these white people. They got a hard history going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like these white people have actually been colonized, and they were considered not white. Actually, not too long ago. Which is, it's hard for us to think about that now, but like. Yeah, when Irish people first came here, they were like racially discriminated against.
They didn't. They would like not open schools like in Irish neighborhood, like shit like that.
They had signs in stores that say Irish need not apply. Like it was for real.
Yeah,
prejudice.
Which I'm like, you know, that's American history.
Yeah.
Like, that's American history, and like to not even know why there's a big. I'm just like, how do people live like? But whatever. So she got fucking roasted. She put her shit on private. And then this was my favorite one. Somebody said, "You can't stay out of politics." Quote, "Stay out of politics in Ireland," and she replies, "That's sad."
That's sad. That's something you would have found out if you looked up Ireland at all. I genuinely like if you looked at the AI summary of Ireland, it would explain some of this stuff.
Literally.
But I don't know. She was like, I looked it up and I thought it was saying Northern Ireland and north of Ireland, right? And like whatever, and I Googled it and this and that. So finally, there's a video from an Irish creator.
Okay.
That I wanted to show.
Of course. And we get to listen to an Irish accent,
Now we like
which
to
is
listen to
always
an Irish accent.
great. Oh, and her name is Sinead Bo Beatty. Beautiful. That's exactly what I want an Irish creator that I'm listening to be called.
Did you see the clip of your one, the American woman who was in the bar in the north of Ireland? Said she got into a conversation and she got a bit upset about it, and she was like warning other American tourists.
To a Northern Ireland bar and are immediately accused of being a bad person because you're from the United States.
She was quite vague in what the conversation was about, but I think I know what it was about because I went to her page and I found that she's sharing this type of content.
It's a picture of Trump with a horse and other Trump related.
She's also made videos like this. So no, American tourists do not need to be cautious when they're coming to Ireland. Fascist, MAGA, Trump supporters need to be cautious because you're not welcome when you come to Ireland. So save your tears for someone else.
That's pretty much it.
There we go.
Love her.
And
Beautiful.
this is where I'm telling her. So this is the Timothée Chalamet problem.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not that you need to not be on the internet. It's just the internet that you're on is bad.
Yeah.
Or like whatever. But I'm also like, you do need to go touch grass and like get out of your MAGA bubble because the whole world ain't MAGA.
Yeah.
But they're in this world, and like the idea that even in the United States, like, okay, Trump won twice. A lot of people voted for him. Not the overwhelming majority.
Yeah. When you combine people who didn't vote for him and people who didn't vote at all, it's not the majority of people.
No. And not even the majority of Americans, not even like, but whatever. He did win by a lot of technicalities, and a lot of people stayed home. We put a pin in the 2020 election. Put a pin in the 2024 election. You gotta know that a lot of people in America don't fuck with his shit. He is the most unpopular president in American history right now. Abysmal approval numbers, but it's like, yeah, the whole world don't fuck with Trump. Like,
yeah.
Like that's
we're
just
literally in World War III right now. Like the world doesn't fuck with Trump. We're in World War III.
We're making the world worse for other people. That's what you voted for. So if you want to go around and be abroad, like, yeah, you're gonna have to stand in that. It's
consequences
good to see
of your actions.
Yeah, but I guess it's just like this person needs to go and do something in different communities. If you are so shocked that you are putting multiple videos and like she's fighting with people in the comments, and I swear to you that she fucking went private.
Yeah, she went private in the middle of this episode.
She went private in the middle of this episode because of the backlash.
Yeah.
She created the video. She didn't think that she thought everyone would be like, that's ridiculous. Fuck Ireland. Let's cancel Ireland. And it's like, no, bitch, fuck you.
Yeah. But that's such a tale as old as time with like MAGA people and Trump supporters in the right of just like their feelings matter above facts any day of the week.
Yeah.
And it's like that is them to a T. Is that like her feelings were her traveling the world when she wants to be privileged. And it's like your statement of like being able to leave this country is privilege. Your statement of traveling during World War III is privilege. Your statement to have money to travel is privilege. Yeah. It's like you are refusing to acknowledge all the privileges that got you to this bar in the north of Ireland, the privilege that you didn't even have to Google before you come here to feel safe. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of
You
black
don't
and
know what
brown
country
women
you're in.
travel,
Yeah.
And they have to do extensive research to make sure that they're not going to get hate crime fraud.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, shut up, bitch. Like, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was funny. In the comments, someone's like, hey, I'm a black American and I have a great time in Ireland. I was welcomed with open arms and it's awesome. So
I have
very
heard that about
interesting.
Ireland.
I've heard about that about
Yeah.
Ireland too, but like, it's just like, go
Girl.
touch grass,
Go
girl.
touch grass.
Ireland, Portugal. I feel like those are two places that I've heard.
I've
like,
only
black
heard good
women
things
are
about
loved
Portugal.
in those
Oh, well,
places.
black women is a whole different story.
Yeah.
But black people, yes.
Yeah.
But black women,
That's my focus.
I got some places on my bucket list. All right. So, for the crime of pulling up to Ireland and not knowing what the fuck
About the
time it is-
troubles?
about the troubles,
About the damn troubles?
about the troubles, I'm gonna say law, like what is it, Lawlins? I don't even know what the fuck your name is because you took down your profile.
Because you took down your profile.
Law's life.
Law's life.
Law's life.
Law's
Whatever the hell
life?
your name was.
Law's life. Go touch grass.
grass. And that's our episode.
And that's our episode. Becca, where can we find you? Where can we listen to El Barrio? Where can we hear more about you?
Yes. You can find me and follow me at Becks, Beccs Ramos on all platforms. You can find Welcome to a Barrio wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find our show page at Welcome to a Barrio. And we have a Substack that's like WTEB.substack.com.
Oh, great.
Beautiful.
Where it's like subscribe for free and you get bonus content.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, you guys can get all of our bonus content at Go Touch Grass Pod on everything. And you can follow me at Instagram, at Pandalise on Instagram and at Elise Navidad on TikTok.
And you can follow me at Millie_Tamiris on Instagram and TikTok and at Millie Tamiris on Twitter. And until next time,
Go touch grass.